that the smallest seed of faith is of more worth than the largest fruit of happiness. Henry David Thoreau. Faith is one of the most powerful forces in our lives. It has the ability to move mountains, to bring light to the darkest moments, and to create miracles where there seems to be no hope. But faith does not have to be grand or overwhelming. In fact, the greatest kind of faith is often the smallest. The Bible tells us in Matthew 17:20, "Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move." Nothing will be impossible for you. This simple but profound truth teaches us that even the smallest amount of faith has the power to create incredible change. Faith of a mustard seed is not about having all the answers or knowing exactly how things will work out. It is about trusting that they will. It is about believing that even when we cannot see a way forward, there is one. This kind of faith is what keeps us going when life feels unbearable. It is what gives us the strength to take one more step when we feel like giving up. It is the whisper in our hearts that tells us to hold on just a little bit longer because something better is on the horizon. When I went through one of the hardest experiences of my life, incarceration and losing everything I had worked for, I felt like I was at the bottom of a pit with no way out. But somewhere, deep inside, there was a tiny seed of faith. I did not know how I would recover. I did not know how my story would unfold, but I believed that somehow, in some way, my life was not over. In that small belief, that mustard seed of faith was enough to propel me forward. It was enough to help me hold on, to keep pushing, and to find purpose in my pain. That same kind of faith is available to you. Whatever you are facing right now, whether it is financial hardship, loss, illness, or uncertainty about your future, remember that it does not take much. You do not need to have all the answers. You do not need an elaborate plan. All you need is a tiny seed of belief that things can get better, that you are not alone, and that your story is not over yet. And just like a mustard seed grows into something far greater than its original size, so too will your faith blossom into something beyond your wildest dreams. Hold on to it. Nurture it. Trust in it. And watch how it changes everything. Luke 17:6, Jesus reminds us, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mulberry tree, be uprooted and planted in the sea, and it will obey you. This scripture reinforces the idea that even the tiniest faith can yield unimaginable results. It is not about the size of your faith, but the power of the one in whom we place our trust. Take a moment to reflect. What is your mustard seed? What is the one small thing you can believe in today? Maybe it is the hope for a better tomorrow. Maybe it is the strength to take a single step forward. Maybe it is simply the knowledge that you are not alone. Whatever it is, hold on to it as tight as you can. The journey of faith is never easy. There will be times when doubt creeps in, when obstacles seem insurmountable, and when fear tries to steal your hope. But remember, it only takes a mustard seed. Just one tiny moment of belief can shift the entire course of your life. So I challenge you today, plant your mustard seed. Water it with hope. Nurture it with perseverance. And watch as God takes that small seed and turns it into something greater than you could have ever imagined. As it says in Hebrews 11:1, now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Your faith is enough. Your belief is enough. And with God, nothing is impossible. When I went to prison, I felt like my world had shattered. Everything I had built, every ounce of credibility I had worked for, seemed lost. But deep down, I held on to the smallest sliver of faith. At first, it was only the hope that I would make it through. But that tiny belief, that mustard seed, grew into something larger. It turned into purpose, resilience, and the ability to inspire others who also felt lost in their darkest moments. Faith doesn't mean we won't face obstacles. It means that we trust that there is something greater on the other side of them. Hebrews 11:1 reminds us, now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance of what we do not see. We may not see the outcome, but we trust the process. I had to trust that my experience behind bars was not the end of my story, but rather a new chapter filled with lessons, wisdom, and the ability to make a difference. As that faith grew, so did my opportunities. I began to use my voice, my story, and my pain to uplift others. I learned that God's timing is perfect and our struggles are often preparing us for something greater. Romans 8:28 states, and we know that all things work together for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. My mistakes did not define me. My faith did. Transformation begins with the belief that things can and will get better. When you feel like giving up, remember the mustard seed. Hold on to even the smallest piece of faith and nurture it. Watch as it grows into something unshakable. Mark 4:30-32 describes how the mustard seed, though the smallest, becomes the largest plant in the garden, providing shelter for many. Your faith, no matter how small, has the power to transform your life and the lives of those around you. The mountains in your life may seem immovable now, but with faith, they will shift. Trust in God's plan. Lean into your faith and embrace the journey ahead. Because just like that mustard seed, you are meant to grow, to flourish, and change the world around you. So today, I challenge you. Plant your seed of faith. Nurture it with hope, perseverance, and the trust in God's promises. And then watch as your mountains begin to move. Believe God's plan is greater than your fears. Trust your struggles are preparing you for something bigger. Grow. Nurture your faith and watch your life transform. You've got this. Peace and blessings, Dr. O.